Good evening, good evening, good evening. We're live here at Sweet Swine Mine Distributing. Somebody's already checking in. Who is here? 2 G's, no cheese, Greg Snyder. Well, thank y'all for coming tonight. Thank y'all for watching. I don't know if anybody's watching or on or anything, but got a few people in our live studio audience here at the warehouse, and we got some good like Cajun, short ribs, and rice coming up in this little 5-gallon pot over here. And we got Brandon and Michelle O'Gwen here, and I don't know how much Michelle's going to talk, but I know Brandon is. Michelle's not going to talk. So Brandon is going to talk a little bit about Memphis in May and what to expect, what not to expect. Anybody's got any questions out there, please ask away, and we'll try to get them answered what we can. I don't know where Lambert went. He just left. He's wandering.
Every time the
camera goes on, it's like, hey, 2 minutes of the show, he's standing around here. The camera comes on.
Here, you just want me to come on here?
Yeah, that's right.
I'll do it. We'll take care of you. All right. Yeah. He's back. There we go.
He's scuffling around.
I just had to jump on there and see how that worked.
Yeah.
What's going on, man?
Oh, not much, man. We got some fried yuca here. Have you ever had yuca before?
Up until about 3 minutes ago, no.
It's like a.
That's phenomenal.
It's like a highfalutin French fry.
It is. There's lots of things you could do with that. Man.
You could dip it in some of that gravy we got over there.
We've been thinking about one more thing ever since we tasted that gravy a minute ago. So, let's add that to the list for sure.
Add that to the list of you could do that.
Yeah, that would work.
Yeah,
no doubt.
So if we got to wait for the rice to get done. We want to eat later, or we want to eat now.
Whenever we get ready.
We want to ask. You got Brandon here. He is our. What's your official title? Chairman of judging.
This year, to be honest with you, I'm not exactly sure.
They hadn't given it to you yet.
Well, we're making it up.
It may or may not be co-chair of judging or something. I don't know.
Something to that effect.
Something to that effect. The chair of judging for Memphis in May. My wife Michelle and I have been doing that for. I've lost count now. 10 years.
10 years now.
Yeah. So that's the. They told me we had to bring a new chair in. Mary Collins is the actual named chair this year.
Okay.
She's been with us 8 of the 10 years at least.
So you're kind of like the vice chair.
Well, something like that. I guess none of our roles really changed. We just kind of
added more people.
We just kind of shifted the titles around to make.
You're the brain trust.
Well, we've all been doing this together a while. Yeah. Our team has been together for. Most of them, our good core people, have been together about 7 or 8 years now.
Yeah,
and we got Marcy back this year.
Yeah. We got everybody now. We sure do.
It's kind of from being in Tiger Lane last year and the newly designed Tom Lee Park. This is going to be like being in a new park.
Oh, it's 100.
Something you can tell us about that?
Well, I can tell you it is 100% like a new park. I went through there the other day. After Music Fest, it was in great shape.
Yeah.
The weather has not cooperated this week, as we can see.
It's
outside here in Byhalia, Mississippi. But the park was in good shape the other day. It's going to be some challenges that we haven't had before as far as load-in goes. But I think once everybody gets loaded in, it's a really nice-looking park. It's nice,
and it's something we can enjoy once the charcoal gets fired up. Yeah. I think we'll be in home sweet home, right?
I think everybody's going to be happy to be back on the river. The park is, like I said, it's a really nice looking park. I mean, they've spent a lot of money on trees and landscape and all that good stuff. It's really pretty, you know. But aside of that,
but it held up better than you thought. For Music Fest.
100%, yeah. I have to say, after Music Fest, Tomley Park is usually a wasteland.
Well,
And it was not.
For the first time in a long time, it didn't rain during Music Fest.
They had great weather for Music Fest. I think that really helped a lot.
Yeah.
Because, I think everybody that's cooked Memphis and May for a while knows that you don't normally inherit a really clean little square to park all your stuff in.
No.
It's usually at least muddy a little bit, right?
Yep.
And it wasn't the other day. Now, I can't make any promises after this, obviously.
Yeah.
But it's in good shape. And like I said, I think once everybody gets loaded in, we're back on the river, the smoke starts rolling, I think everybody's going to enjoy it. It's going to be a really nice place.
I feel right at home.
Yeah.
What was the final number of teams in each category?
Okay, I knew you were going to ask that, and I'm 99% sure that I have this accurate. Michelle back there actually knows for sure. So it is 79 rib teams,
Yes.
37 shoulder teams, and 34 hogs.
Okay.
Now, in the past, where there have been 50 shoulders,
We haven't
On
had.
average, yeah, about 52, 54.
Yeah, that we were pushing in the low 50s for shoulders. Hogs has been roughly
Same.
the same, low 30s, upper, high, low 40s, upper 30s the past few years. Ribs, obviously,
Ribs were always the biggest.
It's the biggest category. It was going to take the biggest hit. And we honestly, due to the redesign of the park, we just physically there's just not
Didn't
the
have the
space that there was before. I mean, lots of places where we had teams is replaced with all that beautiful landscape and playgrounds and all
but
that
as a
stuff. They
percentage,
added.
the team counts are the same. If you look at
Yeah,
percentage of
yeah.
total.
Ratio wise, we tried to maintain the integrity of that. That was part of Memphis and May's mission, was to make sure that it felt equally represented like it was before.
Yeah.
And still give the teams that really wanted to get in that opportunity to get in. I know we had quite a few that didn't this year, but
How about water? Where is there less water access than years before? Not on the water, but like hookup to hook your hose up to get water.
to be honest with you, I'm not 100%. They were still working on laying out the plumbing and everything. I don't expect it to be worse than before. I would.
They're going to run above ground plumbing.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, I would expect improvement in that. Electrical was plentiful and going in when I was there the other day. It looks like that. I think their goal always is to get you guys on by Tuesday lunchtime.
Something like that.
And the past few years they've done really good. The electricians and the plumbers both usually do a really great job, and they're on time. If they say they're going to get it on by that,
Yeah.
unless there's really something extenuating, they usually do.
Yeah.
So shout out to those guys. They are working their butts off
Sam,
currently.
you good?
I'm good. I can stand. I've been
I've been
standing
staying all day. I'm gonna sit.
I've been standing all day, and if I sit, I'm done. So
So that was really what my main questions were, of like what it looks like and that kind of thing. I know the main stage is towards the south end of the park this year,
yeah,
not centralized.
that's correct. Yeah, they did have to move the stage to the south end. And once again, it was just a space issue. It was easier to locate the stage down there where the hogs are going to be this year.
And they didn't have to drive through the park with the big trucks
Well,
for the stage.
Yeah.
there's that. They had a large stage in the center of the park for Music Fest, but I don't think it would have been advantageous for us to get as many barbecue teams in to keep that center stage layout like they have for Music Fest. So they made the decision to move it down to the south end of the park. Just like I said, I mean, all along, Memphis and May's goal has been to get as many teams in that park as we could. Not because it makes more money, but the more teams, the better. We want to get as many teams as we can in that park.
How is it, Poland?
We're going to talk about a little bit about what we cooked here tonight, or what Mark cooked all day. But we did learn that brown food is good.
Brown is good.
When you brown food, it's really good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
It don't matter whether it's on the grill or in the pan.
that's right.
always the same.
And so it's just that time of year again. It turned May and we got humid and kind of warm, and looks like we're expecting kind of the same weather next week.
Yeah.
High 70s, low 80s kind of a little humid, but I mean, it's been worse weather and it's been better weather down there. But
you never know. It's Memphis in May. I always say if you're coming from out of town, bring clothes for all 4 seasons. Sometimes we have it all on the same day.
Yeah.
Bring your shorts and your t-shirts. Bring your long pants and your jacket.
Yeah, definitely need sunscreen and a raincoat and all that good stuff.
Gold
Some
Bond.
good boots. And,
yes.
Oh yeah,
Gold
Bond powder and or spray. I highly recommend those if you're not from the area.
The spray applicator.
Yeah, it's crucial down there.
The spray works because you can just pull the old
Spray
pant leg back
Right.
and fob the boys.
Right. It's a much more incognito application. Yeah.
Yes.
I highly recommend
That's
that.
a pro tip. A whole different kind of pro tip right there. Just spray the boys.
That's right.
That's 2 today. Brown your meat and spray your
You can
boys.
fob the boys, and that way, if you the regular Gold Bond, you leave a chalk line.
That's right. That's right. You don't want to do that.
You're trying to line out a baseball field.
It doesn't take that much though, because like I said, it's Memphis. It gets sticky.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
That's right.
So like I said, be ready. No telling with what
Joe Wilson says for $40 an hour, I will guard your truck in the lot. No guarantees, but currently I'm 100% successful. This is a new business plan.
That's great. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you just really perfect the whole trunk monkey deal, you're done.
Yeah, that's right.
We've been saying for years that you need that, especially downtown.
Yeah. But that was really what we were talking about. And just we ask people that are competing to have patience, on load in and be nice. And
The difference is this year there's a load in, but they've always given you a time, but it's never mattered much.
Yeah.
And now they said your time is your time, and that's it.
And if you don't get in when you get in,
Like I said, a lot of that is all due to these challenges that we got with the new park. We're hoping that staggering everyone coming in should relieve some of the traffic jams that we have sometimes. Our transpo team is going to work their butts off like they always do.
Oh, they get after it.
They get after it. Just be patient, like you said. Load in sometimes. It's challenging on any time on a normal barbecue contest. And like I said, this is a whole new park. It's a whole new park for us. I mean, we've never loaded teams into this park before.
That's what I was about to say.
So-
Everybody needs to be patient with everybody because y'all's main goal is to get people in the park. Their main goal is to get in the park.
Yeah.
We're all working towards the same thing.
That's it.
We just need to be patient with each
And it's
other.
going to be hog, shoulder, rib. Rib, shoulder, rib, hog, shoulder, or rib, shoulder, hog.
Rib shoulder. You're talking about the turn
Order of entry, yeah.
order of entry to the park itself or for the contest.
For the contest.
So rib is first, shoulder, and then hog.
That's
We're sticking with last year's schedule
worked
that
out.
we used at Tiger Lane. I think everybody was happy about it.
9:45 starts rib then? Or 10:45?
10:45.
10:45.
Yeah, you were putting me on the spot with the team manual that I do not have in front of me.
Are you talking about turning time?
Turn-in times, yes.
I got the manual. 10:45 to 11 for ribs.
And
Yeah.
then
11:15 to 11:30. No. 11 to 11:15 for shoulder, and then 1:15 to 1:30 for hog.
That's your blind time.
That's your blind time.
blind time.
Backside
and
is your on-site time.
backside is your on-site time
If
always.
you do not have a copy of your manual, it is still online where
Yeah.
you got your forms.
That's right. Yeah, you can download. If you don't have that, if you're
Download them for free.
a team cooking and you don't have that, go to Memphis and May's website. You can download the entire manual. Has the whole schedule in it.
So there's no excuse that you don't know. The
That's right.
information's out there.
And then Cook's meetings start at 12:30 on Wednesday. Send at least one person, and we'll tell you anything special
Same
that's
order.
going on.
Yes,
Rib
same order.
first, shoulder, and then hog.
Once
Hold
again.
on, let me pull the
Hold on, let
manual
me
up.
double
I
check
just
that.
texted it to Jenny the other day. I can pull it up.
Yeah, because we didn't change anything that we did from last year as far as that goes. We just we had patio first, so
go to those.
You said 10:30 starts Wednesday?
12:30.
12:30 Wednesday.
12
So I have to be there.
12:30 is the first Cooks meeting, and then we have them every 30
Hold on, I
minutes.
can pull it up.
Because I want to announce it. I want to be there at each one. I want to announce the cook church at each one.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And then also Cattleman's pickups around that time as well.
Yeah, Cattleman sauce pickup is around the same time. They're working that out.
And loading usually ends around 2.
They're still working on that because they're working on getting it done sooner. They're putting email out schedules once they have finalized.
Yeah, I did see today here. I'll get on.
Usually it's like out by 2. They won't let you in after 1, something like that.
Yeah,
All right. Shoulder cooks meeting 12:30 to 1. Hogs cooks meeting 1 to 1:30. Ribs cooks meeting 1:30
Oh,
to
so
2.
it's shoulder first.
Yeah.
Cooks meeting.
They didn't change the cooks meeting.
We never changed the cooks meeting because it didn't really matter when y'all come. It's on Wednesday. We're not worried.
And that's
about
when
it.
you turn in your T-shirts.
That is when you turn in your T-shirt. So if you enter the T-shirt contest, bring it with you to your cooks meeting.
Turn in that T-shirt.
And then you get to pick up your turkey also Wednesday.
And your cattleman's order.
And your cattleman's order. Yes, please
Turkey
pick those up.
It's at the turkey trailer. They sent that out today in an email.
Yeah.
And it is a turkey breast. this
Yeah,
year.
originally they said they're whole, but now it's breast.
Yeah,
breast.
now it's breast. They did update that today.
Oh. So is it bone-in breast or boneless?
Usually it's bone in,
Okay.
but I don't know.
It's whatever they're giving us for free.
Who cares?
Yes. Whatever they had a
Whatever they
It's
had.
whatever they're free.
Yeah, it'll be good, whatever it is. They never gave us bad turkey out down
Last
there.
year was a whole turkey.
So I enjoyed that last year when they had the whole turkey. But, this year we got breast. I'm sure most everybody was going to do something creative with it. Anyway, so,
When it started out, they wanted you to use the whole turkey.
Yeah, and last year I thought it did make it more interesting, the entries, because people got to use the whole turkey, and we saw some creativity. They encouraged you to use light and dark meat and everything, so you saw more things that you don't normally see. Because typically, if they do give you just turkey breast, you do get a pretty good percentage of teams that does nothing but smoke it and turn it in, which absolutely nothing wrong with that. And a lot of those do really well. So bougie, I like that. Yeah, you go as bougie as you want on your ancillaries. Just only edible things in the box. That's the biggest thing we'll cover.
We put in, like last year, we put beef bones in because we turned in short rib. We put the bones in there with it.
Yeah.
So same
Well,
thing.
look, if it's a part of the entry, if you're turning in a short rib, obviously you can turn in the bones. You're doing oysters for seafood. The oyster, the shell that it came in is obviously
part of it.
It's part of it.
Part of ours is an oyster dressing, so it's an oyster shell.
Right, and if you're making oyster dressing, if you use oysters, you shuck them and you did that, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, that's part of the entry. And that's the main point I try to get through to everybody. I mean, I just don't want cups and things in there. We've had issues over the past where people leave toothpicks and things. Please, if you use a toothpick to put something on it, if you put 6 in, remember that you put 6 in, and you need to have 6 on the table.
Just like steak.
Just like an SCA contest. If you leave a skewer or something in it, you're going to get DQ'd. It is the same way there. And you just don't want it to make it through to somebody's mouth when they're judging. And we've had it happen before, where they had a lady get impaled on a toothpick a few years ago. She got stabbed in the roof of the mouth, bit down hard.
I thought that tortilla chip.
I've never seen it. It stabbed her straight in the roof of the mouth because they had the toothpick running down the spine of the shrimp, holding the and it was. They had no idea. They had all the other shrimp were fine in the box. All the other judges tried the same thing. They just couldn't get that one out, and it happens. So. Remember, if you put skewers or anything non-edible in your food, remember to take it out before you turn it in.
Yeah.
We just try to eliminate any kind of food safety issues or anything like that. That's why we do it that way. So,
well, again, we realize the processes are going to be different because the park is going to be different. Everybody just has a little patience and play your favorite Guns N' Roses song and
just be patient. I don't expect anything too crazy with turn-in, with us being relatively centrally located in the park like we were before. You can see the big sunset canopy that we're located under is the name of the thing.
Look at my friend here.
Turn in to be roadside.
Turn-in will be on the main road side of the canopy. We have a one kind of main sidewalk that runs all the way through the park. I highly suggest familiarizing yourself with where that is. We're going through the forest locations in the middle of the park. But it'll be great, man. Turn in and just run. Going to be on the front side of the judging tent. There, we'll get you in and out.
And those big things of maps when you come into the park, you might ought to grab you one of
I
them.
highly suggest getting a map.
Yeah, I highly suggest getting a bite of this.
I'm with you.
Perfect for a rainy day.
Holy smokes!
Man, point.
It's amazing.
All right, Lambo.
Oh man!
While Brandon's enjoying that,
Wow, that's excellent.
tell us what you did to this,
So
or what was it? If they missed your live video earlier.
this is how it started out. We were sitting here getting ready to start old school one night. And who walks in but G-Man with 2 big old blocks of frozen beef. And he goes, here. I said, what is it? He goes, I don't know.
Don't know.
Bro, we didn't know what it was. This was a couple months ago. So I was out of town and trying to figure out what we're going to do. I called Weston and said, hey, take us one of those big chunks of beef out of the freezer. He goes, okay. He goes, what is this? I said, I don't know. But we're going to cook it. He goes, what are you going to make? I said, I don't know. Something. And so it thaws out. I cut it open, cut the package open. But it looked like one entire solid block of beef. It was boneless beef short ribs. So trimmed them up a little bit, cut them up into pieces, and then put them in the aluminum black pot, and put a little bit of pork lard in there, and fried them. And once they fried real good, of course, they released a little more fat. And I put some water paper towels in the middle and soaked up, most of the fat, not all of it, but just a relative majority of it. And then sprinkle on some flour, start it up again, put in 2 big of the Pick Sweet seasoning blend, which is onions, peppers, and celery.
Yeah.
Stirred it up real good, and then added a gallon of filtered water, added some Knorr beef bouillon, added some yellow can, which is LeBlanc's Creole, added some Wilsonshire and some Texas beef, and then put a lid on it, turn it down, let it simmer till it got tender.
That's all it needed. Whatever that was.
When it got done, we tweaked a little bit. We added some chopped garlic.
Man, that's just such a rich flavor, man. That's so good.
Short rib it's some rich.
But that gravy off of that is just phenomenal.
Oh, and there's a few small. You'll see some small pieces of andouille sausage I threw in there too.
Nice little surprise.
Mm-hmm.
That's the best meat I've ever had in my mouth.
Whoa.
This is a family show, Danny. This is a family show.
Good thing he was over there shopping.
Later, man.
I thought you were going to say
So
I'm staying out of that one.
Yeah.
that was the thing that we talked about on the Facebook Live was how important it is to brown the meat.
You add a different layer of seasoning
Yeah, a whole other layer of flavor.
and texture because you have those browning texture.
You can
too.
throw that meat in a crock pot and it'll cook, but it won't have that depth of flavor.
Goodness.
No, browning is the most important thing. I mean, you can't really get a good roux or anything together to make that good gravy like that if you don't, because there's no brown bits there.
Just like making roux is a good example. If you just throw some flour and some oil in a pot, stir it around, and then make a gumbo with that, it just tastes like raw flour. It has no flavor, but when you brown it, it creates another layer of depth of flavor. Just like it goes from being a raw taste to something that has a really deep, rich, savory taste. Same thing with cooking bread. You cook bread and it never develops a crust. Taste the inside of the bread, taste the crust. It tastes totally different. It's because it's brown.
Yeah.
Same scenario.
Mm-hmm. Is that all the Maillard reaction, or is that different with different things?
I don't think it's different.
I don't think it's much.
No.
I don't think it matters. I think anything that you do that with is important.
Mm-hmm. But it makes a difference in the the flavor of the meat and the gravy that you put with it.
Absolutely. That's rich.
Man, it is.
That's so dangerous. I'm gonna need a nap after this.
This is like
This is like put kick back in the recliner after you get done with this, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Sit
this
around
is
the
like grandmama's house, fix and play some spades, and then I'm gonna take a nap after in there.
Hard rain hit the metal roof.
That's right.
There you go. That's
There
a
you go.
perfect storm for me to take a nap. Absolutely. That's so good.
But in Louisiana, the most common meal is meat and gravy. And it could be deer, beef, roast, it could be chicken,
Whatever.
no
you
matter
got in the
what it
freezer.
is, it's a meat and gravy. Sometimes it's just smoked sausage they'll brown and put onions and peppers and celery and make a gravy with smoked sausage. So it's probably the most popular meal that's eaten.
Chicken fricassee, man.
Chicken fricassee, that's right.
Yeah. Fricassee of Franklin. The turtle.
No.
Why not, right?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, that's
That's good, man.
you pour that over some of that fried yucca and make a little poutine with it.
How about
Throw some curds in there with it. Make a
uh-huh.
yucca poutine. Well, that'd be a whole different international specialty.
You'd be from Southern Canada.
Yes, that's
Way
Southern
south.
Kennedy.
Way south.
Man, that's good.
Mhm.
Mm-mm-mm.
So that's it. Brown some meat, put some aromatics in there, braise it, get it tender, serve with some rice. We thickened it a little with some dry roux at the end. Tony Chachere's, let's see, just some Tony Chachere's dry roux mix,
Oh yeah,
and it's nice to have to finish at the end to thicken it. You know.
thick stuff.
That's better than trying to do cornstarch or something.
Yeah.
So maybe you can answer this, maybe you can't. Say somebody in our audience is not competing in Memphis in May. They're just wanting to come. And they already have tickets, but what to expect?
Well, I don't think it's gonna for a regular everyday patron going to be much different. You know,
Walk around the park, don't have some pronto pups, some
Yeah.
lemonade, that kind of
A
stuff.
lot more trees.
like
more
I said,
trees.
there's a lot more trees, a lot more pretty paths to walk along. But aside of that, I mean, there's going to be, teams that if you're a patron that doesn't know teams, you're not gonna. There's other plenty of experiences you can
Can
get
we still
on.
sign up for?
I don't think they can get on
Anything?
Kingsford Tour or Cooker Caravan. Maybe possibly Cooker Caravan. I'm not 100%.
I think they were still advertising that today.
They might still have a spot or two left, but I know they have Barbecue Alley where you can actually go and eat some barbecue. They got a few of the local places that do some stuff for that.
Stage is a new one.
Yeah, we've already been on
Yeah.
stage. Yeah. And Barbecue Alley is kind of in that area, one of the little foresty-like areas between where the shoulder teams are and where the hog teams are. So if you're just an everyday patron, come down there hanging out. Barbecue Alley have been there, a good place to check out.
Yeah, it's got a lot of demo, like vendor demos.
Yeah, they're gonna
stuff
have
like
vendor demos. They're doing. I saw McCormick Spices is doing demos. I think at a few of the teams' tents actually. They're gonna do some tastings and things like that. So if you're just wanting to attend, watch Memphis in May's socials for the barbecue contest, World Championship Barbecue Cooking Contest. They do a great job at advertising whatever any special events that are going on. Sauce Wrestling's back. Piggy Idol's back. We got. I think we got a few extra teams in Piggy Idol this year, so it'd be good. It's always an
that. That starts
entertaining
Wednesday.
show.
Like the Wednesday is the sauce wrestling,
I
right?
think Wednesday is Sauce Wrestling. I think. Don't quote me to that.
But there's no showmanship anymore, right?
For Sauce Wrestling,
No, there used to be a showmanship and a Miss Piggy.
no, we don't have showmanship. Just Miss Piggy.
Yep.
And then just Miss Piggy and the other.
Yeah.
Nothing new there. So it's there's lots of other things to do there. We got some other entertainment. I think we've got Crackers playing.
What you call them?
Cracker.
Oh, okay.
They're a good '90s band. There's a country guy. I can't remember his name.
All on the main stage.
Yeah, that's going to be on the main stage
Friday night.
Yeah, and then Al Capone's going to play.
Uh-oh.
So he's going to go up there and sing Whoop That Trick.
Nice.
Shout out to
I thought it was pretty
Peasy.
slick when Mini Kiss played.
Yeah, I enjoyed that a few years ago. Normally we have a good view of the stage from where we're at judging.
Not so much.
Not so much this year. We get to look at the river again, but normally we had a back, where we could see the stage, and we always get to hear the bands and everything. And
Yep.
so it makes it a little bit more entertaining. But there's all kinds of stuff to do. So yeah, come on down to Tomley
You won't
Park,
have to
hang
talk
out.
so loud now.
I won't. I hope. I don't know. You never know. But they give me a big microphone speaker, so no doubt you won't miss what I'm saying to you in judging. That's for sure.
Well, Brandon, I was thinking we might have some questions here, but I think you answered everything we could.
How much do the judges have to pay to judge this year?
I think 95 was what it was. We are very full on judges. We have a lot of judges this year.
So that hadn't slowed down people signing up to judge.
No, we had a lot of interest to judge.
268 judges.
268 judges over the
Wow.
weekend. So we got lots of great judges. Everybody's gonna come down and have a good time. I think everybody is excited to be back on the river a little bit.
How many of those would you say? Not that it matters. I mean, because they're all have done it, but how many of those are going to be rookies?
Out of that number, I would say less than a third are brand new. Probably, I think we had 100 people attend the judging class back in November.
Yeah.
And I don't think all of them signed up that day. So we've got a pretty good mix. As always, we've got a lot of our veteran judges. We got judges coming back from.
You want those?
We got judges from all over the world. There you go. 73% of them are from the South, 9% from the Midwest, 8% from the Southwest, 5 from the East Coast, 3 from the Southeast, so that's way down south like Florida, I'm taking it, Georgia. And then we got 2% international. So that's kind of the breakdown of that's the actual breakdown of our judges. So we do pull from all over the place. We've got judges coming back in from Australia. We've got judges coming in from England. We've got teams back in from England, Mexico, Australia.
No, we don't
No, we're not an Australian this year.
We got Mexico, Norway.
We've got a couple Canadian teams. I think maybe we're not. But we've got international teams back, so it's always good to see that. It truly is a world championship. You see people from all over the place. So. No, there's another team from Canada, not Team Canada, but, and they did well last year. I believe Rusty Smoke is back. I think they were 5th in hog last year. They're back. We got a lot of really good competition, like we always do. All the big boys are back pretty much, and I think it's going to be a good fight back down on the river, like it always is.
Yeah.
Like you said, I think once everybody gets in there and gets that nervous anticipation out of the way.
Yeah, I think everybody's made the whole thing has been blown way out of proportion, from the media to the social media, and we all know how the keyboard warrior can go on all sides.
Well, in the absence of information, people make up their own mind.
And that's so true. And I think the end goal is everybody wants to have a great contest, and we wanted to put on a good music festival. That's what Memphis May wants to do every year. I don't think anybody ever wanted anything but for the city to have a nice something on the front door. I mean, it is the first thing you see when you come across the bridge. I mean, I don't think anybody had any problems with doing improvements at Tomley Park. I think we're all going to make the best of it. I think in the end, everybody's going to be happy to be back downtown. If you're from Memphis, there's nothing new with that. It's always an adventure when you go to downtown Memphis. I think
for us, it's awesome. We stay off of South Main.
Yeah.
We just walk down, hang a left on the Butler, and we hit the stairs, and we're right there.
Yeah, like I said, the other gate up there are great. It's easy to get into the festival once you get loaded in and everything. Once the load in's over and everybody's in, I think we're going to have a great party on the river like we always do.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see any reason why we wouldn't. Like I said, if everybody has a good time and the goal is to let's have a great contest and have a good festival. I don't see why we wouldn't have anything else, you know?
Heck yeah.
Hey, Mark, on those stairs, a little trivia.
Yeah.
How many stairs are there?
84.
I hadn't walked it enough to tell you.
Platforms.
84.
I've never
That more
walked
counts
sober.
steps.
Tell it.
I've walked it. I can count on one hand how many
people
times I've walked those stairs.
Shoot.
I'm usually on the south end.
I try not to walk those steps.
Hey, the World Championship Squirrel Cook-Off chimed in and said, Ashley, remember there is Memphis in May, but there's also SIS, and that's Squirrel in September.
I have got to make it over there
Dude,
one
you-
year.
it's so
I
much
have got to go. I've got to get that worked out one year and go check that out.
Yeah.
That
Joe
would be a
Wilson-
good squirrel dish right there.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was
it
about to
would.
say that screams squirrel to me right
Yeah,
there.
That
That one.
showed us. Joe Wilson throws a mean.
It's quite the party.
a
Yeah,
mean
I've
party.
been wanting to get over there for the past few years. It's never worked out. I'm gonna have to make that a priority one year.
I usually judge it, but I'm wanting to go cook it.
September 23rd
Mhm.
this year over at Bentonville, Arkansas. Is it Bentonville?
I think it said. Did it say Ben?
Benton County, show barn or some
Something
kind
like
of barn.
Yeah, that's the same weekend as Murfreesboro. And
Oh,
the
yeah.
same weekend
That's an
as,
easy choice.
Ace Hardware.
I'm going squirrel.
I'm gonna go to Squirrel. But yeah, I think everybody should come to Memphis in May, and then in September go to the Squirrel Cook-Off. It's gonna be a fun time.
Oh yeah.
There's
So-
always a lot of good like raffles and you know we always cook. I'm sure we're gonna cook something big. We're gonna cook something in that real big pot over there.
Yeah. Oh, in the major pot.
Big pot.
Big pot.
Yeah,
What is that?
Probably gonna be a big rabbit fricassee if I had to guess.
that'd be good. That'd be good. He's getting you some rabbits.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
But there's some unique stuff. I mean, people think it's just squirrel and dumplings and squirrel and rice. Nah.
No.
There's some fancy dishes. There's some,
highbrow squirrel.
a lot of the chefs out of Bentonville area come out and throw down. You see some
Hey.
unique, pretty stuff.
I have to correct myself. It's in Springdale, Arkansas. It's at the Arkansas Game and Fish Building.
That's right. Yeah, they got them. He got them involved this year, which is good.
Arkansas
That's
Game and Fish, right there in Springdale, Arkansas. So, but Brandon, I appreciate you coming, man. We are
No,
super
absolutely.
excited.
Is there going to be a Sunset Symphony? Do you know?
No, we don't have Sunset Symphony anymore. We got the Great American River Run is the last event that Memphis in May puts on.
Okay.
That's they do the marathon, the half marathon, the 5K. It's still going on. I don't know if they let you. I think sign-ups are still going on for it if you want to run, but I don't think our target audience over here on Old School is quite the same as their
No.
target audience. I do miss Sunset
I do
Symphony
too.
just as a Memphian.
It
You
was
know,
awesome.
as a kid, I grew up, and it was always the most family-friendly event in the whole city every year. You know, it was always nice to go hang out on the river and hear James Hyder sing, man.
I'm in for that 0.5K run. If
Yeah,
there's that.
I do
yeah.
miss the big hog run, too. I think
Yeah.
they were going to bring that back.
I
That
would
was the
briskly
world's
walk that
shortest
dude.
thing.
Yeah.
I love that. We had that a couple of years. There was some great pictures that came out on social media because of the big hog run.
Yeah.
You know, everybody, I think you had to weigh a certain amount to even participate in
No,
it.
you had to, they did you like a handicap. They took your
Yeah, that's
weight,
right.
they gave
Yeah,
you a
your weight
handicap.
was your handicap in the deal. So, like, you know, if the marathon runner from Kenya came in and he weighed 135, the guy that weighed 300 could run it in like a third of the time and still win the thing. They took your weight and your height into handicap, and like the bigger you were, the more advantage you got. I thought it was one of the best events we ever had at Memphis in May. Just kind of a side event.
It's about time the big man to get some.
I thought it was great. I think they had like with the sticker was like 0.00.
Yeah, I thought it was something like 0.5
that.
or something.
Yeah, it was great. I loved that. Yeah, Memphis in May always tries to keep something interesting. I don't know. I'm hoping once we get settled back in next year, we can, you know, really move forward and start trying to step everything back up. But like I said, you know, this year it's a challenge for everybody. It's a whole new park for everybody involved. Like I said, until Music Fest a couple of weeks ago, no one had ever done anything in the park as it sits. So I think even MRPP themselves are learning quite a bit about their park
Yeah.
just from watching what's been going on. So,
Mhm.
you know, like I said, let's just make the best of it. We're
That's right.
gonna have a great time on the river like we always do, and I guess this time next week we will be full tilt. Everybody
Yeah,
will be
we'll
loaded
be fully
in.
engaged in it.
What we've already turned in categories by this time, so we'll be doing Piggy Idol on stage about now. So yeah, let's get it going. It's a week from
Gonna be fun.
Yeah.
There's never a doubt. We're gonna
Always
have a good time.
nervous anticipation leading up to it, but once you get in there and get settled, it's like,
Yeah, absolutely. And
Feels
you
good
know,
again.
look, the other main things I'll tell you as a team, definitely as soon as you get there, figure out the swine line number. That's going to be your lifeline to everything you need for the park. You know, from everything from ice to, you know, power, water issues, anything you got. So get that swine line number as soon as you can. If I have it at the Cooks meeting, I'll give it to you then. Definitely use that and just.
They didn't put any Wi-Fi poles up anywhere, did they?
I'm not aware of any public Wi-Fi down there.
We do say kind of, we don't.
They used to put a cow, a sailor on
Yeah,
wheels up
no,
on the
they
hill.
do. They do have that. They always boost the cell signal downtown as much as they can during the event.
So many people use it.
Yeah, so many people downtown in the downtown corridor using it. You gotta bump those cell signals up. So nothing new there. They're gonna just like we have been. And we're supposed to have some more public Wi-Fi in the park in the near future, but I think that's more probably after the grand opening next year.
Not what the priority is. As
Well, like the park's not complete.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, when we took when MIM Night took possession of the park, I think they said it was 85 to 90% complete. So you know, they still had to put the finishing touches on themselves.
Yeah.
Because I think the grand opening of Tom Lee Park is
That's
Labor Day weekend.
September,
Yeah,
yeah.
Labor Day weekend. So they're going to get us out and then go ahead and fix it back up and try to get it ready to go for their big show later on in the year.
Gotcha. Well, I'm excited. I know.
Yeah.
I know a bunch of people are. I'm excited to get down there and smell the smoke and see the river and all that kind of good stuff.
Absolutely, man. I can't wait to see it next week and see all our friends that are making it in from out of town and everybody on the river.
That's got a big family reunion.
It is. I mean, look, you know, they say barbecue family all the time. It's really true. You see it there a lot. I mean, you got people that you only see at Memphis in May, you know. Even if you cook on the circuits all year, that might be the only time you see them.
That's right.
You know, it's always good to catch up with friends old and new. And I think a lot of the new judges are going to see what that's like. And any of the newer teams, we got a few teams that are fairly new this year. So we'll, what's it? We're going to make the best of it. Let's have a good
Yes,
time.
sir. Yes, sir. Well, again, we appreciate you coming.
Absolutely. Thanks for
And
having
we're
me
making
on.
this an annual
I'm going to
thing.
finish this up and
Man,
duck
get
off
you some
camera here.
Yeah, get you some more.
Yeah, I'm going seconds for sure.
Oh, there's a piece left.
Yeah. So, man, we've worked on that 5-gallon pot over there. Worked it.
We ate more of it than I thought we would.
It was really good.
It was really good.
It was really nice. So, off the topic of Memphis in May, we've got some SCA cooks coming up this week in Batesville, Mississippi.
What else is going on in conjunction with that?
Well, there's an Up in Smoke a festival in Batesville. So they're going to have live music Friday night and Saturday. And our good friend Peyton Aldridge will be headlining Friday night.
You know what else is going on this weekend? Like that Senatobia Fest. They're having a barbecue contest.
Yeah, they're having a non-sanctioned backyard barbecue and steak contest in the 5-Star Festival in Senatobia, and they'll have a car show and special stuff like that. They'll have live music and all that kind of stuff. So a lot of fun things to do this weekend. If you're not moving into Memphis in May, you can come to Batesville, you can come to Senatobia, and have a good time. Maybe cook a little bit.
Now, is is Friday night anything? Is there any SEA in baseball Friday night or just
Yes.
Saturday?
No, tomorrow night we're cooking one steak tomorrow night and ancillary with anything sharing sauce. And then Saturday is a double steak and there's a Bloody Mary and dessert. Is that correct?
I'm getting tired of trying desserts.
Anything? Well, I mean, I'm surprised that Poland hadn't done the old cheesecake egg roll.
I mean,
Cheesecake wins.
Why can't she do a cheesecake?
She can. She's the egg roll queen. You hear that?
Michelle,
Cheesecake egg roll.
do
Come
it.
on.
Cheesecake egg roll. Michelle Poland, not you.
I was like, what? I didn't do it.
I'm sorry, I wasn't yelling at you.
Like a cannoli.
Like a cannoli.
See?
Exactly.
Yeah. This is sideways cannoli.
In there?
Yeah.
Cut it on the pies.
And so
Fresh.
Yeah.
Friday night, tomorrow night should be fun.
You know what would be good?
Uh-oh.
He had what he just said. Mike Brown said you cut it on an angle. And so you could do a cheesecake, let it cool a little bit, cut it on an angle, and then get you some chocolate dip. You know how you can dip it chocolate
The hard shell?
and it hard shells up on the top of it like a dip cone.
Like them little,
That would be special.
almost like them eclairs like we had last
Yeah,
week.
if you dip that chocolate and it crusts up on that dude, that would be phenomenal. It'd be like one of them. Speaking of them,
You got some? They're in that freezer?
oh, ain't nothing.
Ain't nothing in there? We're going to change the eclairs and prayer this week. No, it's going to be
That has a nice ring.
That has a nice, it's loaded. God, that's like a Yahtzee game.
There's a few of them.
Oh my goodness.
You get an eclair and you get an eclair.
Yeah, they good.
Oh.
Prayers, man.
I don't care how high that you're gonna get tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
You got to chew that with the side of your mouth right now.
A little bit of a powdered sugar or something on the top.
A little-
Oh.
And yes, Michelle, there you go.
Which Michelle?
No, that one.
Mine,
No, we're gonna call her MP. Her new name is MP.
At all.
Really?
No early loading tomorrow, officials now.
All right.
Ouch.
Where?
No early load-in. Official word just came out.
Oh,
We're
no.
gonna do, early.
So all load-in will be Saturday. Is that correct?
It says, this is from Jody, Transpo.
Well, Beginning Saturday.
Beginning
It
Saturday.
says we will not have early load-in tomorrow, Friday, May 12th. We'll see you Saturday, May 13th at your scheduled load-in time. Look at your passes. You will enter at Union and Riverside. All vehicles must have a load-in pass. That's
All right.
And Riverside.
And that's if they haven't done it before, that's standard.
And everybody's opinion so far is
We go north to south. North to south.
north to
Have y'all heard that
south.
before?
North, south.
Learn where Riverside Drive is and don't miss it if you're heading from the east because
Oh.
you're end up in Arkansas.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's the last opportunity.
That's
When you-
it.
yeah.
If their vehicle's too tall, it ain't coming.
Oh.
Yeah, don't
So-
that way.
We got Friday night. We got a single steak cook. We got Peyton Aldridge on the main stage, headlining the deal. We got steak awards after Peyton Aldridge's set, and so we're gonna have us a good time. Jeff Poland's gonna be there.
Yes, sir.
Me and Daniel Haley are going.
Remember, steak selections is 6. On the 6.
What is that?
6.
No,
Six
it's not. Don't give us that.
Come on, now.
Tomorrow night,
I
in
didn't get
Batesville,
a
Mississippi.
ticket yet here. Y'all probably already got
I don't have a ticket.
You'll get one. You'll get a ticket. You'll get a ticket.
This ain't. Hey, Oprah trying to hand them out.
I appreciate that.
I appreciate
That was
that.
Oxford. We did that. Oprah handed them out.
Oprah did hand them out in Oxford. Hey, you can have Saturday. I just got. I want to get Friday and get mine over with, and then
Right.
Saturday.
I was thinking the same thing. So you could have Saturday. I'll take Friday night.
I don't want. I'm not a last minute dude. Dang, them eclairs good.
They tight.
Yeah, they're good.
So you're checking in. You're going in at what 3:30
3:30 to 6:30 Saturday.
Saturday. I got you.
Don't be late.
No. So I got to decide.
What's that?
Mini SD card sitting over or something.
Oh, it's me.
Okay.
It's mine. It fell out of my camera wall.
I got to decide, what all we're going to do on Saturday. Hopefully, I'm spend tomorrow getting everything, all my ducks in a row. And then got Saturday morning to do something.
Yeah.
So I don't know if we're going to come to Batesville or if we're going to go fishing or what. Just kind of weather contingent.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to have some Cajun dirty rice in Batesville. If you want to drive down the road about 45 minutes, I'm going to stir some up.
Stir it up.
I'm going to stir some up tomorrow. So we're going to have us a good time. How about
what?
How about some of them red, white, and blue things?
Okay.
I think it's time for that.
So you can have seconds on your other stuff?
Say what now? What'd you say?
So you can have seconds. You'll get it over so you have seconds?
No, I didn't say that. It is popsicle time.
Brought to you by
Boys Night Out and Team White Lightning. Do we have anybody else that want one?
I'm gonna eat that red velvet cheesecake at the house.
Oh, okay.
You got a bomb?
Yeah, man. You want a bomb pop? Huh? Hey, Ranger Romney's on the way out.
Well, I think they're in the back.
You give a big lead up, and then you only got.
Would you like to introduce in the clear?
Oh, Ranger Rob's going to go see.
Yeah, I think
Last one.
I had him at the thing here.
Dirk Mullins, what's up, brother?
yeah, we're out up here.
All good.
I can go back here.
All right.
Ranger Rob's going.
I'm fine.
I think he's trying to get back there.
He does the best.
All right, so thank you to Boys Night Out for sponsoring this time. Popsicles and prayer, and we're gonna see you Monday, Mark. 2 G's, no cheese.
All right.
And we're gonna pray for all our judges. We're gonna pray for all our teams coming in.
For our weathermen.
For our we're gonna pray for Brandon and Michelle and their team, and for everybody that volunteers and helps put this thing on. We want to say thank you ahead of time, and we're definitely gonna be praying for you. But just want to say thank you. I think a lot of those volunteer people and people that take boxes and stuff like that, they get overlooked. Ambassadors. And things like that, they get overlooked every year.
That's what people forget is those people are volunteers.
Those people aren't getting paid, and then the judges are actually paying to be there. So, just like you, they're paying to be there. So give them the respect they deserve, and make sure if they've got an ambassador there, they got a helper there to feed them if you can. So, I want to thank those people.
What? Is he over there? Okay.
He's near that pot somewhere, I bet. Huh?
Are you eating food?
No, this is just my first one.
You sure?
Brother, I've been talking the whole time.
Did you find any more back there?
We
Really?
gotta go back to the grocery store.
Oh man, that's getting thin.
We shouldn't let it get that thin.
I know.
I was getting tough, man.
I mean, we got a sponsor.
Your sponsor's supposed to be keeping y'all stock.
No,
I was
they
getting
did.
big today. I just didn't
We
realize
just
we was
didn't
low.
realize we was that low. They did. They put up the money for popsicles that we're taking care of. All right, let's pray. Thank you, Board Night Out. Our gracious Heavenly Father, Lord, we just thank you for this day. We thank you for this time together with friends and family. Lord, just be with those traveling for Memphis in May, and let everyone be safe. And Lord, just give them the patience we need to get in safe into the park and have a good time and glorify your name. Thank you for all the volunteers. Thank you for Brandon and Michelle. Thank you for all the judges, and thank you for all their team that helps put on behind the scenes one of the biggest contests in the world. And thank you for all the help that people volunteer their time. That's the main thing. But again, people traveling, Lord, just be with them as they travel in, and thank you for your grace and your mercy and your love. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
All right. Well, we did it again. I'm going to tell you about next week. We're not going to go live Thursday night at 7 o'clock. We're going to be
I
live.
won't be there.
Huh?
We won't have the data to do it.
We won't have the pull to do what we normally do. So we'll go Facebook Live only. So make sure you follow Old School with Mark and Ashley, and you will see live, and we'll go live from Sweet Swine of Mine sometime. So make sure to follow and subscribe to those Facebook pages, and then you won't miss a thing from down on the river when it comes to Sweet Swine of Mine or Old School with Mark and Ashley. We will have a catering deal that Thursday night at your tent.
Yep.
And I remember we will have Cook's Church. I was saying Steak Church because I'm having Steak Church Saturday, but Cook's Church at Memphis in May at the main stage at 8 o'clock. So we're going to be right in front of the main stage, 8 o'clock Saturday morning. And also I want to give a shout out. Had a friend of mine today from Batesville, from the Calvary, the men's group at Calvary Baptist Church. They're going to be providing breakfast for us Saturday morning, sausage and biscuits Saturday morning at my tent, 9:30. So want to thank them at Batesville, Mississippi. Want to thank the men from Calvary Baptist Church. What a beautiful mission that is. And I mean, hey, feeding people, well, that's how we show love, and God's love comes through food a lot of times. So I want to thank them for that.
At least it does through us.
It does through me. It does through me. So
Everybody got their own vessel.
everybody, we talked about in church on Sunday about serving people. We were left on this earth after Jesus died for us on the cross. We were left with a sense of service. Jesus lived to serve us. He didn't come here to be served. And so to show our perfect example of how Jesus lived, we should be willing to serve other people, whether that's taking out the trash or whether that's cooking for somebody, or however that is. What can I do for you today? That's what you ought to be asking somebody.
It's more blessed to give than to receive.
That's right.
And when you give, you feel it.
Yeah, that's right. So make sure your giver works more than your taker, and you'll get it back. I promise you. And so I want to thank y'all for watching. Man, thank you again for the good food. It was wonderful.
I'm glad that worked out. G-Man, thank you for the beef.
Yeah, G-Man, thank you for the unknown beef, whatever it was. And
no name beef.
No name beef.
There you go.
Eat my
It
beef.
was tender. I've had tender horse
Hey.
too.
No worry about.
No worry about it. What kind of meat it is. Don't worry about it. So, love y'all. Love God and love people, y'all. Mark Lambert. We looking for 8 when we pull that gate.
Looking for 8 when we pull the gate.
Yeah, all right. All right. So, we'll see y'all at Memphis in May. See you down by the river. Y'all have a good week.
Love God, love people.
Love God and love people, y'all.